Hey everyone, this is Gentilcore. Today I want to talk about foot placement on a deadlift. Now there's a lot of things that can go wrong when we're deadlifting. We talk about rounded backs, we can talk about head placement. But one thing that I think a lot of people fail to kind of pay a lot of attention to is foot placement on a deadlift. So today, more specifically, I want to talk more about foot placement on a conventional deadlift and as well as a trap bar deadlift. Just to get the sumo out of the way, sumo stance, we're always looking at a wider stance anyways, and we're going to grab in between and lift. One mistake I think a lot of people make with conventional is they still set up too wide. When we're working a lot of our younger athletes here at Crescent Performance, one big mistake I see them is they sit up too wide on a conventional deadlift, and when you see them set up, their knees kind of cave in a little bit. When they go too wide, they got nowhere to go but in. So I'm more of a fan of stealing a phrase from Mike Robertson, where stack joints are where we want to be. So to me, this is a more powerful position. So a good analogy I like to use is if we're going to test a vertical jump, are you going to jump from this position or are we going to jump from this position? Most people are going to pick this one because the joints are stacked and we have a greater alignment to produce force. So with a conventional deadlift, I usually say maybe a foot apart, and this is going to depend on someone's length of the torso, their foot placement, on what's comfortable. But more often than not, when people are setting up too wide, again, it's going to look like that. You can see it a little bit more prevalent in a trap bar deadlift, is people will set up out here and they go to lift and they're caving in. So again, I like to get the feet a little bit closer together and then kind of cue them to push their knees out slightly. So it's going to look more so like this as opposed to here. Okay, so again, we want to set the feet up a little bit closer, and as we sit back in and get ourselves set, I might cue them to push those knees out. And sometimes I might have to put my hands out there and just give them a little kinesthetic awareness to push out. But more often than not, just that general cue of knees out a little bit is going to be spot on. So give that a try, and hopefully that will clean up your technique.